All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is April 18th. We got 3 games on the NBA playoff slate tonight. Yesterday, 3-0 night. We had the Celtics money line. Cha-ching. We had the teaser that we put together. Bulls plus 14.5 and the Celtics money line there with a big win. Good, some plus money there. And then we also had the ride of the day. Shout out to Nick, who is also a baller. Shout out to Nick here. We rode with DeAndre Ayton under 10.5 rebounds. And honestly, looking at this now, the day after, Caruso, I think, cashed. Booker cashed easily. I think Chris Paul finished just shy. So all 3 of those picks, guys, if you don't know what the ride of the day is, we do ask hashtag ride of the day in the comments. And I ride with 1 play in the comments here. And that's a 3 out of 4 night for Nick there. Shout out to Nick. We could have gone with all those plays and had a positive night, but we did go with DeAndre Ayton. So, shout out to Nick there one last time. If you guys do want to have a chance to be shouted out in the next video, use hashtag ride of the day in the comments. Give me a play, give me a pick, and I will be jumping on board with 1 person in the comments, and I'll give you guys a shout out, win or loss. But yeah, 3-0 night last night. We'll take it. We're on a 5-0 run now in the playoffs, which is great because that first night of play-ins is kind of like, oh boy, well, that's a tough night. If we had the womp-womp, we'd hit the womp-womp. But, we are here now, 3-0, 5-0 run. Very positive in the last couple days here. But let's jump into the slate today. Before we get into the games, guys, you know what we do. We go through each and every game. I give you my lean on the game. I give you what I'm thinking. But my final plays will be in the pinned comment. And, only a couple games tonight here, 3-4 games tonight. We're not going to push it. We're not going to do too much. So make sure to keep an eye on that pinned comment as we will have our final plays. We'll go through each and every game. I'll give you my lean, give you what I'm thinking, but my final plays will be in the pinned comment. In that pinned comment, we'll also have a link to the Discord. We're getting a little bit more active on that, but we're approaching 1,000 members in that Discord, and that's awesome. And we're also going to have a link to become a baller, guys. If you do want to show your support to the channel, $2.99 a month to support the channel, and just really would appreciate it and everything like that. So you get some exclusive access to some perks and everything like that. We're going to involve more and more into the channel there for the ballers. But let's jump into the slate for today's games. All right, we're starting it off with the Sixers taking on the Raptors here. Sixers, 7.5 point favorites. Totals 217.5. Last time out, a couple days ago here, Philly took it to Toronto, 131-111. They had a 4.5 point spread. We were on the right side of that one. Goes up a little bit tonight. I think the Philly, the Sixers showed what they can be and what they can do. 7.5 points seems like it's a little bit too much, but I think, in terms of a lean, I don't know if this definitely makes it to the final plays, but in terms of a lean, I'm still going to go with Philly here. I do genuinely believe they are the better team here when it comes to playoff basketball. And I know it sucks because that could be the state where the NBA is right now, but they just have 2 of the absolute best in the game right now. And Toronto really is just, I don't see them totally competing with them. So maybe Toronto covers. If you think Toronto could make this, 6-point loss or something like that, I wouldn't try and talk you off that. I just do truly believe that, Philly's the better team. So I'm going to be leaning them probably all series long. 7.5 points. It's totally doable. In terms of injuries, Gary Trent Jr. doubtful and Scotty Barnes doubtful as well for Toronto. So 2 decent-sized losses for them. So I'm going to be leaning Philly here. Minus 7.5. 217 is the total. I see this game going over, but I tell you guys all the time, we killed totals last year. This season, yikes, totals was not where it was for us. It was probably the only bucket or only category that we actually were down in units in. So I'm probably staying off of this total, but I would see an over here just because that is such a slow number. And we saw, or low number, we saw these teams 131-111 last game easily crush that. So given the trend, I would lean over, but honestly, take that for what it's worth. How I tell you that, I don't necessarily feel like I'm a master by any means of totals as of right now. But let's move on to the Mavericks taking on the Jazz here. We were so close. We didn't make it a final play, but we did lean Mavericks in the last one, plus 5.5. They lose by 6 points in a very low-scoring game. The total today is 205.5. And we might take that. We had that in a parlay, and I like that we've been doing teasers and parlays in these as well, because you guys know, if you watched all season long, we don't do many of those throughout the regular season, but given 3 games on the slate, 4 games on the slate, I do like to mix in a teaser or parlay, so keep an eye out for that in the pinned comment. But I think, this Utah team really showed that they can. I was down on them. They've been so inconsistent. I even said, 5.5 points seems like it's a little bit too much. Dallas isn't going to have Luka. We get that. Neil Quintas out. Hardaway Jr.'s out. and I was kind of down on Utah. Well, I think I saw something in that first game that shows that they can cover throughout this series. So maybe we lose on the hook again here, but we're going to lean Utah. We're going to flip our pick here. Utah minus 5.5 points on the road. No trends or stats other than that one game that we can kind of go off of would say that, this Utah team can cover and play good against the spread. They ended the season poorly against the spread. They did not cover. They really didn't have a great year against the spread overall. They were 34, 46, and 3 against the spread in their last 10 games to close the year, including, I guess, the last game against Mavs, too. They were 3, 6, and 1 on the road, 2 and 4 against the spread in away games there. So it's tough. I don't love this one either, but I am going to lean another favorite here in Utah, minus 5.5. All right, last game of the night. Before I do that, please, guys, I'm asking you guys to hit that subscribe button, like the video. Make sure to use hashtag ride of the day in the comments if you do have a play that you think that I should be jumping on board with. And keep an eye on the pinned comment for my final plays. I say that like a million times in the video, but I've already said it a million times. What's a million and one gonna hurt? So make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment. But yeah, hit that subscribe button, like the video. Both things absolutely free to do, and it does a lot. We're out here trying to get these videos out in a timely manner, everything like that. Different setups, different places. Really do appreciate the constant support that you guys have shown. But let's move into the Warriors taking on the Nuggets here. We were on the very right side of this one last time. Warriors 123-107. Denver 2-5 in their last 7 games. The Warriors 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games. So 2-5 against the spread, 6-1 against the spread. You know who's trending in the right direction here. Denver's 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 games when on the road against Golden State. This Golden State team's playing decent basketball now that Steph's back here. And Denver's still no Campana Manazzo. I don't even know how to say his name. Murray and Porter, as we know, have been out forever. No new injuries for Golden State here. I do hate to do it, but I'm going to lean Golden State again. You guys know, if you watch every video we do, I hate it when we have a small slate and I either go with all underdogs or all favorites, because it just tells me, it's like, no, there's something missing there. But truly, I do think that this Warriors team gets this job done. Again, I think that they can just play better. When they're healthy, they're just a better team. It's not a matter of Jokic, and then even maybe you could say Aaron Gordon and then company. No, this Warriors team, when healthy, Steph, Clay, Draymond, they do the thing. Jordan Poole emerges. I think that this is a very, very good team. And let's not forget, towards the beginning of the year, this Warriors team, how damn good they really, really were. Like, people are saying, okay, it's either them or the Suns coming out of the West. Now everyone seems to just lock in the Suns. I wouldn't forget about this Warriors team. So I'm going to be leaning Warriors here minus 7. The total's 224. Kind of a high number. Probably going to stay off of that because I think that's a pretty sharp number. I think this could be like a 225, 220 to 226 type game, which means we're cutting it close. So I'm staying off the total, but I already gave my whole totals rant a couple seconds ago. But we're going to lean Warriors here, minus 7, and that is going to wrap it up for the predictions portion of the video. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Guys, if you do want to become a baller, it's my last little plea here. If you do want to show some support on the channel, we got some cool things planned, and we will get back to MLB videos shortly as well. The playoffs, a lot of times going into the picks and research and everything like that, basketball takes priority, especially playoff basketball, but we will get back to probably the 2 videos a day and everything like that once we get in a little bit more of a rhythm. So that's just a little behind the scenes there, but I'll catch you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.